This week, on Abandoned and Forgotten Places, we return to the Candelaria mining district to seek out and explore the last few remaining mines in the area and to get an up-close look at yet another open-pit mine. 4 weeks ago, we began our adventure documenting the furthermost mine in the area, undamaged by open-pit operations conducted in the 1980s. With their extensive haulage adits and drifts over 1,000 feet long, these two mines took us completely by surprise. Then, working ever closer to the massive pit, we discovered 2 more locations filled with interesting artifacts and incredible geology, pointing to the fact that this area contained massive amounts of silver ore and still does to this very day. Exploring abandoned mines throughout the Candelaria mining district was a lot of fun, and we certainly had a few laughs along the way. Many mines were Class 1 tourist mines, but each one had an interesting configuration nevertheless. However, one challenge remained, and that was to descend into the depths of the open pit operations to see if I could access workings blasted into the mountain nearly 100 years ago. Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, we are back out at the Candelaria Mining District, and in this episode what we're going to be doing is I'm going to take you through 1 or 2 mines before eventually dropping you down into that big open pit that I showed you in the drone footage, because somewhere down there might exist a drift in those old workings that went underneath that stope that we can see rising up through all of those different benches within that giant open pit. But for now, we've got a really cool mine right behind us that's in the area, so let's get started on that one first. All right, everybody, let's explore this old mine. Well, you have a nice big wooden portal here. That's always nice to see, but I can see why they built it, because you got to protect the portal from all the soft material on the hillside. But as you get a little deeper, see, then the rock becomes hard enough and you no longer need a wooden structure to keep things safe. Okay, nice big haulage adit what we have here. Probably 4.5 feet across on the floor and 7 to 8 feet tall. I can see where they were running some sort of a cable along the side. That would have been used to hold up vent pipe, and you guys have seen it in some of the mines that I've explored in the past. You know, that yellow looking vent pipe that looks like a big slinky. That's why you're seeing this cable. I'll point it out to you. See, they're stretching 2x6s across, putting that cable there. But yeah, this is a pretty good size haulage adit, isn't it, Mr. M?
It is.
Yeah. So we're just going through a bunch of country rock. Some of you guys have asked me what that means. What is country rock? Well, in prospector lingo, that just means rock that's worthless. You know, there's no value to it. So what they're doing here is they're running the haulage at it to finally reach the ore body. They're trying to get up underneath it. Okay. According to what I just saw on the wall back there, it said 300 feet, and it had an arrow. Could be that it's 300 feet long. See right here. Actually, I take that back. So that means that we're 400 feet in from the portal. And let's take a quick peek at the material. I'm going to say that that is just nothing but rhyolite again. And there's a lot of that in this part of Nevada. Nevada was covered by ancient lava fields that came down from the northern part of the state when the Yellowstone hotspot existed in that part of the country. See, right now, the Yellowstone hotspot is underneath Yellowstone Park, but at one time it was underneath the northern part of Nevada, and that's where we're at now. And that's where Mr. Emma, you just trying to get some camera time?
No, I'm trying to block the camera from a piece of graffiti here that's pretty bad.
Oh, you found some family unfriendly.
Way back.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I didn't see that. Oh, geez. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you in about a half hour.
Well, you know what I was going to do there was actually point the camera at that. And I wasn't sure what it was, but...
It was.
Yeah. Looks like we could have a collapse up here. What is this?
It's great.
All right. Yeah, but look who it's from. Look down here.
58.
58. 3.5
Nice.
of 58.
Nice.
And that's Kilroy, right?
It is.
Kilroy.
Ooh.
Okay, we're at 600 feet. Coming into a soft spot in this mine. Oh yeah. Definitely a soft spot. Yeah, you want to be careful going under there.
Ooh. It's all gobbed in.
Yep. Oh, did the thing fail? It kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Well, let me peek up in here. Yeah, I don't want to touch any of this. Boy, boy. Okay. Yep. It used to go further, and that's going to be the end of this mine. But that's okay. We still have a bunch in this area. Like I was saying, I want to show you guys another one, and then we'll head over and go down into the bottom of that big pit. Okay, I didn't drive too much further. Actually, I should say Mr. M didn't drive too much further. We've got our next mine here, and the geology is very similar to the one that we just came out of. The only difference is if you look high on the hill up there, you see some waste rock coming out from high above. That, when I see stuff like that, and then you look down and you have a haulage at it, that's pretty much most of the time a guarantee that you're going to have some sort of an ore pass in there, or maybe even an incline shaft that's coming in from the top of the hill and going down and meeting up with this haulage at it. Let's head inside and see what we can find. But first, we got to get around the welcome sign. Yes, in my world, barbed wire is the velvet rope to adventure. Right, Mr. M?
I believe so.
Okay, let's shed a little light on it. We don't need that light. Shed a little light on the subject here. Once again, looking for rattlers. And I don't see anything. Oh, this one has a nice big door on it, with a bunch of writing. Here, let me shed some better light on the subject there. And you guys can read that. All the different people that have visited this mine over the years. Yeah, I do see a 1957 on there, but some of that you just have to wonder, you know. Okay. Same situation here. Lots of gobbing. As we work our way up into this tourist mine. Yeah, look at how that rock is just dangling there precariously. As we work our way underneath the erosion, not touching anything. Okay, down here on the ground, let me point this out to you. So we've got two wooden rails, and what they did is they placed a metal piece on top of the wood. That's a poor man's rail system. That's a lot cheaper than buying solid steel track. What do we have here? A drift going off that way, but it doesn't go anywhere. And around the corner, ooh, there's a big pit with a big room.
Jiminy Christmas.
Ooh. Yeah, we got a winds right there. Well, you wouldn't want to fall down in that, Mr. M. There's still a rope right there.
I wonder if we can get to that ladder.
Yeah, if we had a ladder to stretch between the two, then you could probably get to it.
I'll put that on my bucket list.
Okay. Well, before we consider doing that, let's see what's up here. Oh, the colorization of this rock is just gorgeous. I'll bet we get up in here and see a whole bunch of limonite, because that's what you often do see in these mines where they're going underneath layers of rhyolite. I don't think this goes anywhere. I'll just poke up in here for a second. Yeah, no, that's as far as it goes. Okay, let's just back out. And Mr. M has another one here that's branching out. Yeah, let's we'll just go ahead and probably doesn't go very far. What'd you find over here?
Looks a little scary.
Yeah. Another winds. And the only way to get over there is to walk the plank.
Oh my God. Don't do that, Gly.
No, I'm not going to go around it because, here, let me show you guys. All I got to do is peek the camera, and that's as far as it goes anyways, is right there. But there's no sense in stepping on the plank of doom. Okay. Turning the corner here, now we're back on the primary. Once again, you can see the piece of steel that they laid down on the two wooden planks to make a makeshift rail. There is proper terminology for that. I forgot though. I've just kind of always called it the poor man's rail system.
This is a really interesting mine.
Wow, look at, see? Look at the limonite here. Isn't that something? Just gorgeous. You see look at the galena down right over here. Let me point it out to you. That area. That's, yeah, we're in a silver mine for sure, but with this much limonite, There could very well be some speckles of gold in there if you crushed it up and tested it. See any in there? Not really, huh? That's the way that these mines work. Now watch out behind you, because you got something really nasty here. Holy cow. Look at that. That's 100 feet down. Wow.
Oh my.
And look, it's not even collared. They didn't bother collaring it. They had a ladder at one time. Makes you wonder how they got down there.
Ladder must come all the west way out.
Yep. And then at one time they had a windlass structure through this segment. But that's all been removed. See, these are the things you got to watch out for, guys, in these mines. If you're not paying attention to what's down on the floor, that's something you could easily fall into. Now, turning around, I think we've got, it continues on. Before we go, guys, let me show, I want to point this out to the audience. They always like it when I do these close-ups of the veins. So, right there, that would be your vein of silver running through there. Let me get a little closer here for you. Yeah, what's that, 4 inches there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great place to take a sample. Okay. What's up in here? Look at this beautiful pocket of limonite. Whenever I see this, it gets me a little excited because I've sampled this stuff and I've always found small flecks of gold in those types of features. That was back in the days when I used to be a prospector. Now I just enjoy exploring these mines. Okay, this is one here, faces out. Let's turn around because we have another drift off here to our left. You guys can see the portal entrance way up there in front of me. Now, let's go up this drift. Wow. This is just beautiful. Look at the color in here. See if, like, trying to think of a way to explain this. So if you could go to Yellowstone Park where the hot springs are and take a hot knife and just slice it through all those layers, that's what you're kind of looking at here. This used to be a hydrothermal hot springs, and it's all solidified, and you get what you have here. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. Look at this pocket. Isn't that beautiful?
My God.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. Look at this. That right there is as far as it goes, though. Let's shoot up in there. Yep, the miners made it to that little area, and that's it. Okay. I think maybe I can squeeze in one more mine for you guys that's running along that lava layer, and we'll go over to there next, but if not, then we'll head straight over to the big pit. Okay, so we'll see you back outside. Okay guys, I got one more tourist mine here I want to show you, and that's pretty much what this is going to be. I can tell by all the recent footprints on the ground, but it might be interesting nevertheless. Boy, this one is really starting to fall down around. Yeah, be careful not to touch the back on this one, guys. Go. See how that, Mr. M, especially right here. Yeah, watch yourself.
Don't touch that. It looks like one of the tourists took a board and braced it up so it would keep it from coming down any further than what it already has. All right, let's get past that. Again, just like the other ones I was showing you, look at all the hand stacked gobbing through here. Think of all the work that went into that. Those miners were just some really hardy fellers. Yeah, this is pretty sketchy up in here. There's a lot of boulders resting on it's not called cribbing, guys. Lagging. I'm just working my way rather quick up into this mine, and if I see something pretty darn cool, I'll be sure to point it out to you. But for now, we're just going to cruise right on up the haulage at it rather quickly. Starting to get a little bit more of a smell of sulfur, which is normal for a silver mine. Ouch. And that was me just hitting my head on a beam. Okay, we've gone 300 feet according to the graffiti on the wall. We're just cruising on through. Pretty cool. This looks like your traditional Hollywood Indiana Jones gold mine, minus the track on the floor. Except this isn't a gold mine. This whole district was nothing but silver. Now, did you notice how the sound quickly changed? And we got real echoey because now we're through all of the erosion coming down, and we're getting more into the heart of the mountain. We've got a drift going off that direction that we'll explore on our way back. And off here to the right, the main haulage at it keeps going that way. Up here, let me show you what the graffiti says. Stanford Geological Survey. Looks like 1948 in August. And there's a date of 1930. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to see what's taken Randy and Mr. M so long to get through that section, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, continuing on. Mr. M said that his knees were starting to bother him, and stooping over through that section was kind of starting to cause him a bit of pain, so he hung back. But I got Randy here behind me. Okay, we got some more graffiti. Let you guys read that. Okay. Yeah, I love this flashlight, but I never much cared for the strobe feature. All right, 500 feet in, according to what's written on the wall. Now, it looks like we're coming up to another drift going off left. Let's take a look here. Yeah, indeed we do. All right. Well, that's good. That gives us something more to explore on the way back out of this mine. Oh, what do we have here? Cool looking winds with a ladder. Very nice. Hey Randy, I'm gonna need some assistance here.
Okay.
Let me have you hold the camera a second.
All right.
So I can hop up here and we'll take a look at this. Yeah, that seems pretty darn solid. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just keep
Let me
filming.
Yeah, let me show you guys what's down in the hole here. We got a vertical ladder going straight down all the way to there. It looks like it might drift out left and right. Definitely not something you would do without rope gear. Yeah. And it keeps on going that way. And it looks like from my angle, I can see where it just goes up there and stops. Well, that's too bad. Yeah, now above, look at the big pocket that they were cleaning out. Here, let me help you out with the flat light there. See that? And there's another pocket they were cleaning right here. Cool. So this is a classic windlass. See that where they put the axle between there and here. And here, look at, they even had a little, let me focus in on it there. They built a little guide, the axle would sit on that right there. And then you would crank that winch by hand through that section. Okay, here Randy, have you hold that so I can safely get out of there, get off of here. Okay. All right, let's see what else this mine has to offer. Okay, we just passed another short drift. No sense in poking the camera down there because it really didn't go far that I could see. But I'll show you down the way back. Yeah, this is quite the long tunnel here. And I can tell by the metal strapping on the floor that at one time they had wooden rails, again with that metal on top, and then they removed all that wood. I just passed the 800 foot mark. 800 feet under this hill. Incredible. And it just keeps going. All right, we're in a soft spot here. This was starting to collapse over the years. Yep. Oh, I can tell why. It's like walking through a sauna through that section. You can immediately feel the moisture in the air. There's a bunch of sparkly crystals. Let's try to get my shadow out of the shot. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Sparkly calcite crystals. Okay. more of that metal laying on the ground. It's just scattered all over the place. Looks like we're at 1,000 feet now. 1,000 feet in this mine, and we have where it splits. We got a Y. Okay, let's go up this one first, but I'm pretty sure we're at the end of the mine right here. Yep, well, maybe not, maybe not. It looked that way for a second, but oh, indeed, it keeps going. Yeah, but it gets pretty tight. They were backfilling this. Now we're getting to the end. Oh, maybe not. Boy, I wish people would, you know, tourist explorers, if you're going to come in and explore a mine, that's great, but take your trash home with you. No sense in leaving it in the mine. And this is going to be the face. Okay, we've reached the face. We're a little over 1,000 feet into this mine, so we're going to work our way back to those drifts that we missed and see what we can find. Okay, so we just came from right up there, and we're going to follow Randy here into the next drift. Let's see what we can see. There's a bunch of gobbing that failed. Yeah, they put that there, and then they backfill the area. It's a heck of a lot easier to do that than to drag the waste rock all the way out of the mine. What do we have? Nice. Oh,
Oxidizing zinc.
yep. Look at all the zinc snow. So that's what happens when you expose zinc ore to the air. It oxidizes and forms that fluffy white stuff. We see that a lot in these mines. This is going to be the end. It just faces out again. Well, that wasn't very exciting, Randy. Maybe the next one will be a little bit more promising. Let's head back there. Okay, so we're back at the next drift. This is that larger one that we bypassed earlier. Randy, you go ahead. I'll just follow you up in here.
Rock formation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at all of the... Look at the slick and slide right there. See how all that's been smoothed off from the uplifting of this hill? Rocks sliding against rocks. Okay.
Some cool timbers up here.
Oh yeah. I like the looks of that. That's just a classic mine.
This is somebody's home too.
And then you can see Randy, how they used all old growth wood that they collected from wherever they could find it.
Yeah.
Still has
way to the forest.
Still has the bark.
See the mouse? There's two of them. Here they come.
Oh yeah.
Hi there, little mouse.
How you doing, little guy? Oh yeah.
Another one.
Let's shine one up in. He's just right there.
Probably don't see light very often.
Well, now he climbed right up there. All right, what else do we have in this mine?
That's probably the most entertaining thing yet.
Yeah, really. Yeah, you just don't find a lot of things in tourist mines. About the only thing that makes them interesting is their structure.
Looks like 1929.
Yep, Randy just found something. Look at that, I walked right past it. Let me show you. Looks like July of 29. And oftentimes, guys, when I'm if I do miss something, it's because as we're walking through these, I'm looking for all of the things that could potentially get us hurt. Sometimes that, in doing so, I walk right past what I need to be pointing the camera at. Yeah, this drift just keeps on going.
Well, it had rails at one time, so I
Yep.
hauled a lot of material out of here.
Nice big area though. Good sized drift. Okay, so this is a great moment to explain why did they put these drifts off the main haulage adit. Now, if you've watched a number of my videos, you have a haulage adit going straight into the mountain, and then you always have drifts like that one there branching off of the haulage adit. So why is that, you ask? Well, because back in the early 1900s, they didn't have diamond core drilling like what they do today. Okay, so the only way that you could probe the mountain was to physically dig a hole into it, and that's what they're doing here. So they go a little ways, and then they probe left and right. They go a little ways, and they probe left and right, and that's how you can start to more or less draw a picture of the boundary area of the ore body that you're chasing after. Looks like we got a bat up here, and let's see here. Okay, we'll go up here past the cyanide bucket. That's what that is. Mr. Bat is getting all antsy. That's a repurposed cyanide bucket. There's a skip plate right there on the floor. To my new subscribers, the reason that they would lay down a metal plate like that, so that when they would blast the face and the material would fly back into the drift, you have a nice smooth surface to muck your material on. Okay, turning back around. We have something going off this direction, and it ends right here. But look, you can clearly see, look at the pickaxe marks in that rock right there. You can see where those guys were swinging, and right over here too. Look at all the pickaxe marks. Okay, turning around, why don't I just leave the camera rolling, and we're going to go back to that drift that we just walked right past, which was right over here, not too far away. Here's a little thing we bypassed. There's some people's gloves on the ground here. Pairs of gloves. There. And the wax paper for a dynamite box. Pack rats just love those. They use that for nesting material. Okay. So we'll get past this area of collapse. There we go. For a second there, I thought, I glanced at, saw that out of the corner of my eye, I thought it was a stick of dynamite, but no, that's a piece of tamping rod. The diameter of that is just shy of the size of the drill steel, and that's what they use to tamp the dynamite up into the hole with. It's up here. Oh, this is starting to head back into more of that rhyolite material when we first got into the mine. Okay guys, well guess what? It is time to stop fooling around with these tourist mines and get over there to that open pit. I'm really excited to see if we can get down in there and try to get into a drift into those older workings. So I will see you over there. Okay everybody, I'm over here by the big open pit now, and this is kind of where we started this 4-week adventure.
looking at all the different mines in this area. But as we were exploring this area, I've always wanted to take you back to the open pit, because you can clearly see on the side of the hill out there, that's the remains of an old stope. The original workings that used to go down into this hill, that shaft was dropped down in here in the early 1900s. Then fast forward to the late 70s and into the 80s, that's when they opened up this pit. And if you look down there, it's probably hard to see with the camera I'm using, but I can see a drift right down there. I can also see another possible drift on a bench about midway up. I don't know if we'll be able to get to that one. The one I'm chasing after is the one in the very bottom, because the report says that at one time this shaft from the top of the mountain went down 1,700 feet. So I'm thinking if I can get into that drift down there, we might be able to access the old workings and see what's in that old mine. Okay, so I'm working my way further down into this big open pit, and this gives me a good opportunity to talk a little bit about the dangers of these open pits. A lot of times they'll stretch fencing and put big boulders in place so that people can't drive down into them, and the reason for that is because, believe it or not, open pits can be just as dangerous as hard rock mines. And let me explain. When you're in a hard rock mine, there's always that danger of a big rock going to fall on top of your head that's come loose from the back of the mine or from the ribs. In an open pit mine, along all of these benches, each and every single bench that you see, there's always rock just teetering on the edge. And here is a great example. See before me? This was the original haulage road down into the bottom of this pit, and since the pit shut down, look at how much material has fallen onto this grade over the years, due to seismic activity, erosion, etc. You certainly wouldn't want to be standing right there if all of a sudden a part of one of these benches gives way. That could be a real dangerous situation. So whenever I'm exploring an open pit, I try to stay as far as I can away from those bench walls, just in case anything was to come down. So I'm just going to keep on working my way into the very bottom of this thing, and if I see something neat along the way, I'll be sure to point it out to you. All right, it didn't make it too much further. Here's another example of where a landslide occurred. See right out here in front of me, the haulage road went down, made a hard right-hand turn here, and over the last 30 years, all this material in front of me from way up there, see, that broke loose and you ended up with a big landslide. Probably didn't happen all in one big slide. A little bit at a time came down, but open pits are very, very unstable conditions to be exploring. Got to be real careful in these. You can't just let your guard down because you're outside. Well, we've got a little bit of a problem here. Let me show you what it is. I'm out on this next bench and looking over the edge here. See, the haul road at one time used to go off to the left. Let me show it to you. See, the original haul road would have been underneath that giant landslide, and it would have carried on down that direction and switched back underneath that other landslide before getting into the bottom. Where I'm standing now is just nothing but a cliff. The only way I'm going to be able to get down to the level where that adit is, which is right out there, unfortunately I see no other way but to have to scramble across this landslide or this boulder field to get down to that bench. That's what I'm going to have to do. So yeah, this is going to be a whole lot of fun. Okay, so I'm working my way
across this area of once was a landslide, because I got to try to get over here to this big rock. Yeah, there we go. Going down is going to be really going down will be relatively easy here. Coming back up is going to be a different story. I'm just going to slide on my butt. Hey. There we go. Woohoo! Yeah! Whoa! Wait, we got to get over here. Yeah. There we go. We're getting there. Oh! Okay. We're doing it here. It's like skiing. Whoa! Ah! Okay. Now remember, guys, I do this so you don't have to. Whew. Now, I got to get around the corner. Get to a safe zone, because when Randy comes down, he's going to be kicking a bunch of rocks. And that safe zone is right over here. There he is. Okay, I'm in the safe zone. All right, let's see where we need to go next. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's a lot higher than I thought it would be, guys. Look, there's that cliff over there is 50 feet tall, and the only way down is right there. Now, looking above me here, look at the drifts. 1, 2, 3, turning around this direction. 4 drifts through here. But there's no way I can get over there unless I free climb that wall, and I can't do that without a rope. There's just no way. So we got to try to stay focused on the one we're going after, which is over there. Okay, I got to eyeball this for a while, see how I could possibly get to that, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, back again. So here's what happened. I got down there on that bench, but the last bench to the very bottom of the open pit mine, the angle was about like that. Now I probably could have skirted it on my butt and went down and got to that level, but trying to get back up again, scrambling on all that boulder fall, that would have been a real problem. That was a situation for a rope assist. Well, at least a man of my age. If I was 19 again, I'd scramble up that with no problem at all. but I'm not anymore. So I got to keep choosing my battles. I really wish I could have taken you down to that drift, but as I got down in there, it was a lot higher up on the bench than what I thought it was. It was at least 50 feet up on that bench. I probably could have free climbed it, but coming back down without a rope would have been a big deal. So yeah, I know a lot of you are saying, well, darn it already, get some ropes. That's in the works, guys. I'm getting there. Just be patient. Okay, well, sorry, I really wish I could have taken you into those old workings. That would have been something real interesting, but this turned out to be a little bit more challenging than what I thought. So with that, we're gonna head on off to a different location in Nevada beginning next week. So be sure to watch next weekend's episode. I got another real cool location for you guys. So we're gonna get on out of here, and I will see you then. Take care now. Have a good week.